Welcome back to Just Talking. We have a great guest for us today. We have the one and only Landau Eugene Murphy Jr. Landau, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, you're going to be coming to Kenosha this Sunday, and it's going to be a great concert coming up. But maybe for those who don't know you, maybe get a little background of how you got started before the fame in your music.
Oh man, just singing and dancing in the living room with my brothers and sisters. And then actually growing up and pursuing my dreams of being an entertainer, taking a chance going on a big time television show called America's Got Talent, and I ended up winning the show in 2011, season 6, and now for 10 years I've been touring around the world, just doing shows, living my dream.
Prior to the show, did you take like music classes at school or in concerts or things like that?
No, just having fun with it. I've never had a vocal coach or singing lessons or anything like that. It was just, I guess it was God's way of grooming me. I
Wow.
used to do a lot of entertaining my family and friends in my living room and stuff like that. Family reunions, school plays, stuff like that. Just little stuff.
So for America's Got Talent, you have to be a contestant. So how did you find out about it, and what gave you the extra push to say, you know what, I'm gonna try out for this?
Yeah, I found out about it through a television commercial with Howie Mandel. I was actually at a low point in my life where I had just got robbed. Somebody had just robbed my house and stole like the copper out of my walls, all my clothes, my furniture, everything. And I was like, I have to do something now. It's just like I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And that was another God's plan, if you ask me. He just took everything out of my way so I can go get something bigger that he had set aside for me. And I didn't know it was going to be America's Got Talent. But right at that moment, I was asking, like, okay, what do I do now? And it's like, I just need a bigger stage. And I was like, okay, what's the bigger stage? And boom, that commercial came on television. And I just got chills over my body. And I was like, that's it. I'm going on TV. I don't have anything to lose except for my pride, my dignity. Like, as long as I can keep those intact, I'm good. Like, and just give me this 15 seconds of fame. I didn't even go with the attitude of winning the show. I was just trying to get my feet out of the mud. My wheels were spinning in the mud, and I wasn't going anywhere. And I was just like, okay, if I go to New York, I sing Frank Sinatra, somebody's gonna be wild because they have never seen, somebody like me, like sounding like Frank Sinatra with dreadlocks, 6'4", skinny black guy, like, so that was my whole idea. I was just like, okay, if it just doesn't work out, and if I don't win the show, at least I'm on television for that moment, and I could be the Love Boat guy, or some record label would call me, and I could pursue my singing career. So, but lo and behold, I had a bigger plan, and I ended up winning the whole show, and here I am today.
So what was the process like? Did you send in like a tape or something online that you emailed to them, or do you have to actually go out and audition? Were you
Oh,
living in California at the time, or?
no, I still live in West Virginia.
Okay.
And I was living in Logan, West Virginia at the time, and I still live there to this day. Um, the thing is, you can do it, I guess, 2 or 3 different ways. But they told me that I could either send in a video, you can submit a video, or you can go to several different states and do an audition. Come to any state you want to choose that they're holding auditions in. And I chose New York because, it's New York. And I'm singing Frank Sinatra. And if you can do it there, you can do it anywhere. That's the motto. That's the way it goes. So I just chose New York. It was either going to be New York, Chicago, or Vegas that I was going to do my audition. And I just felt like sending in a video wouldn't have did it as much justice as seeing me in person. And I was just like, I have to let them see my personality, because you got to realize, the producers of that show, before you actually meet the celebrity judges, you meet the people behind the scenes. And those are the people who actually put you in front of the celebrity. And so it's just like you have to wow those people first. And you got to realize they've seen everything. they've seen everything. So I just think if I'd have seen in the video, it wouldn't have came off the same way. They wouldn't have got my personality and, you know, my stature or any of that like they got live and in person. And they just, you know, when you watch a video, what do? You swipe to the right or left. You know,
Yeah.
it's just you watch the first 11 seconds, just like listening to a song. You watch or listen to the first 11 seconds. If it doesn't catch you by then, you go on into the next song or the next video. So just being in front of them gave me that moment to actually be who I am and let them see who I really am. And I think that was the best choice that I made.
And what song did you sing for your audition?
I've got you under my skin.
How was it when they announced you as the winner as America's Got Talent?
Oh, that was, you know, bittersweet because it was great because I won. Actually, everybody wants to be a winner. But like I said in the beginning, I never even went on there to win. And I read the contract. And, you know, I knew like once I won, I was under a year contract with AGT and Sony Columbia Records. And I didn't really want that. I didn't really want to be under that contract. You know, it was great that I got $1 million,
Hey, not
but I
bad.
wanted my $1 million and then I wanted to go do my thing like I'm doing now. And, you know, so I waited out my whole year contract with Sony. I got out of the contract with AGT, and I just been doing it on my own for the last 10 years. This is actually my 10th year anniversary.
So let's
So,
talk about then after America's Got Talent. Did you do touring? Did you do your own songwriting? Let's hear about that. What did you end up doing after America's Got Talent?
after America's Got Talent, I started touring. I went to Shanghai, China, went to Germany. You know, I've been all the way across the United States of America from California to New York, Seattle, Washington, Maine, Florida, Texas, just about everywhere. Chicago, Las Vegas. And only place I haven't been is Iowa and Montana, I believe.
Oh,
Those the only two states I haven't been in. But other than that, it's just been a whirlwind, you know. And I'm glad that I'm running a marathon and not a sprint, so I remember like every bit of it. And it's been beautiful meeting all the fans, all my supporters around the world. I mean, and I remember all their faces. I might not remember their names, but I remember their faces because I'm doing it. I'm running a marathon, not a sprint, and I'm making sure that I'm able to remember and capture those moments, not only for myself but also for my fans. You know, I'm the first person into the venue. I'm the last person to leave, signing autographs and taking pictures because I believe that every fan deserves that. Same thing that I wanted from Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson when I was, you know, coming up. That's what I always wanted. And I said to myself, if I ever made it, I was gonna make sure that I stayed that way. And I was gonna give my fans every bit of me. I'm not gonna put myself on a pedestal or, you know, become this prima donna. I just always want to be, you know, grounded and just continue to be myself because that's the easiest thing I can do is be me. As soon as you start pretending, you're crazy. You become jaded and you be ready to cut your hair off.
very good, very good. Well, maybe for those who haven't heard your music, what type of music do you sing and in your act?
I do all the great American songbook, crooner classics, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Nat King Cole, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, things like that. And I also do Motown. I don't just stick with that one genre because I grew up in a Motown house. You know, I grew up on Michael Jackson, Temptations, Four Tops, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder.
You're going to fit right in here on Sunday, August 29th in Kenosha, Wisconsin from 1 to 3 at Pennoyer Park. And boy, I tell you, everybody's just going to cheer when you come out because you do such great songs. Are you going to do somewhat of the similar things you were talking about?
Yes, definitely. You know, we try to bend the standards. Me and Dave Damiani, we've been friends through my first producer, Steve Tyrell off Columbia Records. He was like kind of like his roadie, but he also has a no vacancy orchestra. Dave Damiani does. And when I met Dave, we just clicked and we've been around each other, I guess, for about 7 or 8 years now, just best friends, touring all around the world. doing a whole lot of events along with Haley Reinhardt and Joe Piscopo. So our chemistry together is amazing, and we all have so much fun doing what we do. And I always do this whole little thing with, with Joe Piscopo because of Saturday Night Live with when he did the whole Frank Sinatra Stevie Wonder bit.
Yes.
So we kind of like mess around with that when we're just sitting around with each other. So he's very down to earth, very cool, a great mentor. So it's always a blessing to be around Joe. And Haley is just a phenomenon. I mean, she's amazing. Her voice and her range and everything about her is just great. And Dave's just my buddy, man, and he's learning this whole business, you know, more than a whole lot of people think. I mean, this guy is really out here grinding every day. He could be a manager, he could be the entertainer. He books the shows, he puts the bands together, he makes sure everybody has the charts. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a great event and concert. Like I said, Sunday, August 29th from 1 to 3 p.m. Again, I was just blown away on the lineup, and especially that you're going to be there as well. Maybe for those for more information, let's see, what do you have a website that people can look at and see more of your work?
Yeah. You can look me up on LandauMurphyJr.com. I'm also on Twitter at Landau Eugene Jr. On Instagram, I'm Landau E Murphy Jr. Instagram, it's not verified yet, so I just think you have to like really just punch them all in, and you'll see the right one. The right one has all the content on it.
Uh,
And then I'm on verified on Facebook, also Landau Eugene Murphy Jr.
Okay. Well, again, Landau, we look forward to seeing you coming to Kenosha on Sunday, August 29th from 1 to 3 p.m. It's going to be a great lineup, lots of great music to hear. And thank you so much for calling us today.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I can't wait to see you all soon.